Michaels and LeClaire is 12:35 p.m. on 9/28/06 out at 68 in Cathedral City. Reference John and Christian Smith. Hello, sir. Hi.
Oh, my God.
Are you John?
Yeah.
Detective Scott Michael. This is my partner, Gary LeClaire. Oh, that dog's loud.
Oh, stop it. Come on in.
All right. Sorry about you.
John Smith.
John Smith. John Smith? How you doing today? Okay.
So how can I help you?
Does Christian live here? I can't hear you, sir. Is there somewhere that we can talk to the dog will stop?
Yeah.
Here.
There. Now, go lay down. Go lay down. Everybody lay down. Yeah.
Does Christian live here, sir?
Part-time.
Is that your son?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We were just trying to reach him. A friend of his, we're just trying to verify a story as to where his whereabouts were. I'm not Christian.
Sunday night?
Yeah. So you know what we're here about?
Yeah. You know what? That's good. I told him that you would probably talk to me. So I need an attorney. I said,
what's he need an attorney for?
I said, if you would only need an attorney, well, what much do you need? I said, you only need an attorney if you did something wrong. And I said, is Robin involved? Robin involved. I remember now.
Okay. Is there a way I can get a hold of Christian? We're having a little bit of trouble getting a hold of him. I called his cell phone.
I got home from vacation. I got Christian. Yeah, I want you to come over to the house right away. Immediately. It's very, very important. I mean, where are you now? Okay, we'll get here within the next flight. All right, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
These guys are going out.
Hey, John, what's your date of birth? And do you have a home phone here? So, Christian asked you if you should get an attorney. We're not here investigating Cristin, and we're here investigating a story of what occurred with people. We're just trying to verify times at this point. That's all we're trying to do. So that's the only reason really why we need to talk to Christian.
I know. Why don't you have a seat? I'm going to get a glass of water.
Okay, sir.
I mean, this is really...
All right. And some phone for his dad. Yeah, that's what I was just talking to you. Well, what's up? I know he's friends with. Okay. Well, I appreciate you helping us out.
Well, you know what?
Kids can be hard to get a hold of.
Well, you know what? It's tragic what happened up there. I just read it. I was away, and I read it in the paper when I came home. And then Cristin was sitting here, and he goes, Robert knows that girl. I said, what do you mean he knows the girl? Well, that's Robert Clayton's girlfriend. And I said, well, and I've known Robert a long time. I don't remember him going with her.
Right.
And I said, he goes, yeah, that's Becky. And she just talked to us a little while ago and invited us up to Pigeon to do some camping or hiking or something like that. And I asked Cristin, I said, Robert, I said, you and Robert are coming over with Robert. I said, could you make that? No, no, I think he said that Robert wouldn't have me up until a certain time.
Right.
I think they worked that Sunday at
Knott's?
yeah. I don't know how long they worked because Cristin said that he was suspended for sliding down one of the slides backwards.
We ask a bunch of questions that are just common questions. It doesn't mean we suspect anybody or anything like that. It's just our job. You know, that's what we do. One of those questions we're asking everybody is, do you own any firearms?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
What kind of firearms?
I have a Ruger Mini 14.
Okay.
Winchester Defender pump.
Okay. 12 gauge?
Pardon?
12 gauge? Is that it?
No, I have another 12 gauge pump.
Okay.
And I have a 45 automatic that I have in my car right now. Let me check it.
No, that's fine. Any others?
Ruger 45 auto.
Good guns. Any others?
No, that's it. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. I got a Ruger 22 semi-automatic.
Okay.
None of those guns are in the house, and they haven't been in the house. I went to the Middle East in the beginning of July, and I moved all the guns out of the house over to another house in my uncle's house.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a cousin who is currently awaiting trial
Oh.
for possession of narcotics and transporting stolen vehicles and everything. I don't want to come around with it. So I moved them.
Are you Christian?
Yeah. I'm not going to leave any lights now. What's going on like 5 minutes ago? What's your name? Scott Michael. I haven't heard from you, so I had to make the next step and come to you. You left one today. Yesterday? You left one yesterday? I never got one yesterday. I woke up about...
No, but we're here now, and so we'll talk more.
All right, please.
Basically what I need to do... Go ahead and have a seat, bro.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's get these bucks after you're out. Come on. You're going out. You are going out. Come on.
Entities?
Yeah, these are like a year old.
Those DDS or whatever they are, or... what are they called?
DVS?
DVS, is that what those are?
These are etnies.
Etnies?
I've had these for like a year. I've been needing to get new
My
ones.
kid has ones just like that. He does the laces like that as well. You know why we're here, right?
Yeah, like he left a message, and my friend Robert was telling me that like you guys would probably come and talk to me about Becky,
Yeah.
and that's all Robert really talked to me. It's like, oh, detective come and talk to me, and said that you said that you wanted to talk to you, and Robert gave him my number. So
Basically, that's what we need to talk to you about. Would it be okay? Would you mind if we talk to him privately for a moment? If it would help us out. That's normally the way we conduct our interviews. Is that okay? He'll be able to share everything that we talk with you. Is that okay? Thank you very much, sir. Here's where we're at. You know what happened to Becky, right?
not I'm pretty...
Well, you know she's dead, right?
No, the last Robert told me was that they didn't know what happened up there. They didn't know who it was, I guess. They said they found like 3 bodies, and they didn't know who they were. That's the last I heard.
Okay. Tell me everything that you know in your own words up until this point. What all you've heard, everything.
Up until this point, like I heard that, like, okay. Well,
try to relax. I know it's hard because there's 2 cops in your house.
yeah, it's kind of like, well,
No, talking to you is kind of overwhelming, but what I need you to do, this is very important. This is a serious investigation.
Yeah.
So I need you to just kind of relax and just tell us everything you know. Just be open and candid and honest. That's
Okay.
the best thing to do.
okay.
You know we're here just verifying information?
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Just trying to think because I want to help you guys out. So, last I heard was that she and whoever else was up there, they didn't know who it was. I'm guessing that you know now, right? Well, they
You don't
didn't
know what?
know
Who was there?
Who was there? The last thing I heard was the house was burnt down, and that there was 3 bodies, and that one of them was left outside, I don't know, in like a dumpster or something, and the 2 were found in the house, and they were all like burnt, and you couldn't identify who it was. I mean, that's what Robert told me, and that's what I read in like the newspaper on like Tuesday, I think. That's all I know about what you guys are investigating. So,
So on Tuesday you read in the newspaper about it. When did you hear about it?
when did I hear about it? Robert called me on Monday and said that one of our friends from school called him and told him that like there was like a fire up at the house and that 3 bodies were in there, or 2 bodies were in there and one was found outside. And that he told me about it, like what happened. That's about it.
So obviously Robert told you that we talked to him, correct?
Yeah, he called me and told me that our friend called him, I don't know if you know, Javier Garcia.
No,
You know?
are you talking about Becky's friend? Javier?
Yeah, like Bonnie Garcia's son.
Okay, yeah.
He called and told Robert like what happened, and then Robert called me and told me what happened. Well, I mean, it was kind of like really big details. And then like I don't know if it was the same day or the next day.
So are you friends with Javi and those guys, Javier Garcia?
Yeah, well, I went to school with Javi.
So
I mean, we hung out like at school. We never really hang out outside of school, but we were good friends like in school.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So Robert calls you and tells you what all occurred, right?
Yeah, he told me like some pretty, I guess, like vague details. I mean, I don't know if they were like totally correct.
Told you that we talked to him.
I don't think it was at that point.
But he did tell you at some point, right?
He told me at some point.
And that we were likely going to be coming to talk to you, right?
Yeah. Robert said like he had to give out phone numbers of everyone he was in contact with in close to the recent events, I guess.
Right. So you had time to think about it, make sure you had in your mind squared away pretty much what you were doing that weekend with him. Obviously, because
Yeah.
he told you what we were
Yeah,
going to come
he was probably like, they're probably going to come and talk to you about what happened that day.
Okay.
So.
So you've had time to think about it. And what I need you to do, since you've had time, it'll be really clear to you, that weekend's kind of imprinted now because of all the
Right.
events that occurred. What I need you to do is kind of go back to Saturday.
Saturday?
Start Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Because you guys, I mean, there's events that occurred all that weekend that we need to know about, okay?
Okay.
Start Saturday morning. What were you doing?
Saturday morning.
Take your time, too.
Saturday ago.
So 2 weeks ago.
The weekend of the murder. So remember how you were saying, like, Monday, Robert called you after Javi called him?
Okay.
So Saturday before.
Saturday.
It'd be the weekend of the 16th?
Where do you work at?
Not Soap City. Well, I don't work there anymore. Because, well, I guess I could explain this whole deal why I don't work there anymore.
The slide thing?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
That happened on a Sunday.
Okay, so the Saturday before that?
The Saturday
That's
before
the
that.
Saturday we're talking
Okay.
about.
Woke up, I guess, I'm guessing I just woke up like every day, went to work, did my job.
What time did you go to work?
9:45 that day because we opened at 10 and we closed at 5.
Okay.
So I guess, but I stay there longer because we have to clean up the place. Lifeguards have to clean up. So I probably left there around 6.
Okay.
6:30 maybe. So that happened, and then Robert and I think Robert came over to my house, and we were just like, we were hungry, so.
Which house? This house?
No, not this house, my mom's house.
What's that address? Across the street?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like right on Descondra.
Okay.
We went over to that house, and we were like eating, we ate some food, we ate some like, I think, we ate like salmon, whatever, and then, if I remember right, Becky called him and was like talking. She's like, "Oh, I'm in the area. I was just wanting to see if like I could like say hi to you and whatever." And Barbara was like, because I know that I'm not really in their like business that much, but I know that she's like, ever since they broke up in like January, I'm guessing, like a really long time ago. She'd call him like from time to time and like be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Da, 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 da. And so I guess she called and she was like, "Oh, I just want to come and say hi." And then so she came over to my house.
Oh, what time?
I think me and Robert were hanging out for like maybe an hour and 30 minutes, like just eating food.
Was it light, dark outside when she came over?
It was probably like the sun was about to set, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then she just came over and said hi, like everything was normal and stuff, like, "Hey, what's going on? What have you guys been doing?" And like we're like, "Oh, we're lifeguards." And then she told us that she was working at Denny's. And I mean, that was pretty much it. She just came by and said hi.
How long would you say she stayed?
I'm guessing it couldn't have been longer than like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Like it was just like come by and say hi, like I said. So.
And were you there for the whole conversation?
Yeah, like I was just standing right next to Robert, and they were just. I mean, it was mostly them talking because I'm not a really good friend of Becky's. I don't really know. She was just like, "Hey, so how's it going with you, Cristin?" And I was like, "No, it's going all right. How's it going with you?" And then we just talked about like our jobs, and that's it. And she mentioned if we wanted to go hiking with her at some point, right? And like from what I remember, like Robert was like, "Oh, maybe we'll think about that." And then when we left, like when she left, Robert was like, "There's no way I'm going hiking with her." And then you want me to keep going. Then she left, and then Robert hung out, I don't know, maybe till like 10, 11, because he usually goes home at night to, like I know his cousin was in town, and he usually goes home at night to like take care of his dogs and stuff like that, because his mom, he's got like a big deal with his dogs, his mom having him take care of his dogs and stuff like that. So he went home at 11, we just like played video games and stuff, and then I just went to bed, and then woke up, went to work at a different time, went to work at 10:45 because we have work at 11 to 5 on Sundays, on the weekends. So went there, did work, got suspended, we got suspended because we went down the slide the wrong way. And so we didn't stay in clean. So I got home about 6. And then I was hanging out of my house, got food because I was starving.
Which house? This house or the one in Descondra?
The one in Descondra. Like I usually go there.
Okay.
Unless like my mom's around and I want to bring friends over or something, then I'll bring them over here.
Where do you keep your stuff?
all my stuff.
Yeah.
Like most of my clothes and stuff were over at my mom's house, and like my TV and stuff. But like, if I have friends over, like my mom likes to like go to bed early and stuff like that, so I'll just like bring like my Xbox or something over here, whatever. So I went home, ate, and then I was grabbing my paintball stuff because I wanted to go like try out this gun that my friend Sam gave me. He gave it to me like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks before then. I tried to shoot it one time and it like, balls were exploding in the chamber, so I cleaned it out and I was like, oh, I want to go try it again like tonight. And so I called Robert, I'm like, do you want to go like, because Sam gave him a gun too. And that one was kind of busted up. So I called Robert, I'm like, hey, you want to go like paintball and something? He's like, oh yeah, I'll go, but it's probably going to be like late at night because I have to go to church. Because Robert's pretty big on church. Like, he'll go to like work late to go to church. You know, like I don't.
Sacred Heart, right?
Yeah, he goes to. I think that's the name of the church. I know he's Catholic and I know he's serious about it, and so I was like, all right, I'll just go with you, and I'll come and pick you up. So I went over to his house, and we picked him up, and we're driving, and he calls Sacred Heart to like make sure we were going at the right time, and we're like driving down there. And they said like they only had church at like 5:30 that day, so I guess we missed it. And I'm like, oh, crap, what are we gonna do now? So we drove back to my house, this house here.
The one on 30th, the one that we're sitting in.
Yeah, the one we're sitting in. And then we just sat around and played. You know, we like watching TV in my room. My room's over there. Watching TV, and we just played some games, and like Robert fell asleep. And during that time, Peg called us again, saying like well, I know she called Robert. And Robert didn't pick up the phone because he was probably thinking she was going to ask him about hiking, and then she called me, and I didn't pick up the phone. So that was the last known deal with Becky. She just called us. And we were guessing that it was going to be about hiking, and we didn't want to do it, so we didn't pick up the phone. And then, so like we were watching TV, and then I started playing a game, and Robert like fell asleep for like I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere around there. And then we were like, oh yeah, we'll play with paintballs. So we went out to behind James Workman. You know that whole paintball area there.
James Workman across the street.
Yeah, like down that way, down 30th.
Right, on the left.
We parked? Yeah, we didn't park there though. We parked on the street on the right. We parked our car there.
Right.
And we walked across, and we just walked back there. And then we tried to like shoot the guns. They still weren't working and stuff like that, so we were fooling around with them out there and stuff. So, and then we walked back to my car. And then, like, I didn't have my keys on me, so I was like, crap, like, I didn't lock them in the car, so I must have dropped them out there. So we walked back up there, and we were, like, fooling around for, like, 15 minutes, and I remember I sat down, like, on this, like, messed up couch out there, like, and like, the keys were, like, embedded, like, under the couch, like, under the seat cushion, like, fell out, just grabbed my keys, and then went back to the car. Got in the car. Robert said he was like, need to go home. I don't know what time this is. It's probably about like 10 something, 10:20 maybe. Somewhere around that time, I'm guessing. Maybe 10 o'clock, 10:30, somewhere in there. And I know my gas was on empty, so we drove over to the AMPM on Dayton. Down that way. It's closer to Robert's house, so I was just like...
Harold Ford in Dayton?
Yeah, that's right. Drove over there. Robert also needed to go there because he said his cousin needed chapstick. So he just went inside. I sat in the car. He got chapstick and came out and filled my tank. And then I just drove him home. And I'm guessing that's around like 10:30, something like that, maybe 10:40, maybe earlier. I don't know. And then I went home, took a shower, and then went over to my girlfriend's house and stayed there the night. Do you want me to tell you where she lives? It's
Yeah, that'd be great if you could.
she's on, her name?
Yeah.
Her name's Jackie.
What's your last name?
Muto.
Please spell it.
M-U-T-O.
How old is she?
She's 21.
What's your date of birth, real quick? And what's your mom's phone?
Here, let me check.
The cell?
Yeah, it's a cell phone.
Does she have a home phone?
Yeah, she has 3. Number he used to call.
Okay, and Jackie's address and phone number?
I don't really know what her address is, because it's an apartment building. It's on Tam. It's like the, you know what that? It's like, it's those apartment buildings in there. I don't even remember. I think her apartment number is 3. Palm Springs. It's across the street from Jack in the Box.
I know where they are.
Okay. And you want a number?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it, too.
About what time was it that you guys went to the gas station, do you think?
Like I said, it probably was like in between like 10 and 10:30. I can't really say. Maybe it was like 10:40.
What time was it that you left to go to the place to play paintball?
It was probably like, I'm guessing like 9:25, somewhere around there, because we were out there for a while, especially like looking for my keys. That probably took like 20 minutes, and messing around with the gun. So maybe it was like 9:15 to like 10 o'clock, that whole like range in there, somewhere around there.
That's when you guys left to go play paintball?
Yeah.
Okay, and just to recap, what time did Robert come, or did you go pick up Robert?
I went and picked up Robert.
I know, what time did you go pick him up?
It was, okay, so got off work. It could have been like 7 o'clock, maybe? Maybe like 6:45, 7:15, somewhere in there.
And you guys just hung out here until, or at the other house?
No, we hung out here.
Okay.
Because, like I guess, like we had this deal, and like my mom's not really like comfortable around Robert. She doesn't really like him so much. Why is that? Like we did this like senior pray at my school at Desert Chapel.
Okay.
And like it got like really out of hand, and like Robert was with me when it happened, and like my mom just, I don't know, she like blew up about it, because like I guess there was like vandalism involved and stuff. Like the whole school was that did it. There's only like 26 students. So like Robert was with me, and I did community service for it, but she was mad because she wanted him to like apologize to her about doing it or something like that. It really didn't make any sense to me, and she doesn't really like him that much, so we were just like, let's just go over here. And so went over here and we just watched TV and played Xbox.
And your dad was out of town?
Yeah, my dad was out of town.
Was anybody here?
No, like I wasn't really sure if anyone was here, because my Aunt Norma, she lives here too. And
What's her full name?
Norma, I'm guessing Norma, I know her last name, or she might have had to change because she just got divorced with her husband.
And is that why she's living here?
I'm not really sure on the whole details of why she lives here,
Okay.
so I couldn't really tell you
You
that.
didn't see her that day?
I didn't see her, but I know like she hangs out in her room a lot, and I know she works kind of late though, so I wasn't.
Do you have any more questions regarding the timeline?
Yeah, when Becky came over here,
On Saturday?
Saturday.
Yes.
Tell me more about that. What time was that?
Well, it could have been like, I'm guessing 7:45, 8 o'clock, maybe earlier, like 7:30.
Okay. Where were you guys at when you guys
Talk.
were having a conversation?
We were just out on my front lawn. Me and Robert just like walked outside. She's like, oh, I'm here.
What you guys talking up here? And instead of in here outside?
Well, we weren't at this house. It was at the other house. Just, I guess, because she said she was coming by just to stop by and say hello. I mean, like, she's, like, in the past, she's, like, come over to my house to, like, say hi and stuff, but she's never, like, walked in the door or anything like that.
When's the last time you seen Becky before that Saturday?
I couldn't tell you, like, the last time I saw her.
What about when, weeks, months?
It'd probably be, like, a month or two, I'm guessing.
What about when's the last time Robert seen her?
Robert, I don't know. I'm not, like, really in their whole business. So I'm not really sure when was the last time I seen her. I know that...
Guys talk, especially about girls.
Yeah.
That's usually what you talk about?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure that's... Yeah, we talk about other stuff, but... I mean, maybe...
Let me make it simple for you. Has he been in contact with Becky or not?
He... Like I said, he's like, from time to time, she'd like call him and stuff and see how it was going and stuff like that. I think he called her a couple times and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what they talk about or anything like that.
I mean, did you ever say, hey, what's up with Becky? I mean, you trying to get back with her?
Well, oh yeah. Well, I mean, like,
go party with her and her friends?
Oh no, he never went partying with her or anything like that. I mean, if you want me to talk about, like, okay, all right. Like, Robert talked to her, I mean, like, he said, like, they talked a couple times, said, I mean, like, I'll just go from when they broke up till now. How about that? Yeah? I mean, I'll just try to, like, get every detail on that.
Well, that was 9 months.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a lot of details. Okay, so give me a Reader's Digest version, so we got here for 9 months.
Alright, so I know they talked. I know they just talked about, like, Becky's just like, hey, how's it going? And Robert's like, hey, how's it going? She's like, oh, I went to this party this one time, and oh, I'm with this, I'm hanging out with Marines. I know she talked about that a lot. Like, she hung out with a lot of Marines and stuff like that. And I don't know really what Robert said to her, but I know that he talked about, I remember Robert telling me one time that she said she was going to get a job at Outback. I remember that. And that was probably like 3 months ago. And then I remember at the conversation we had on Saturday, like, I asked her, I'm like, are you working at Outback? And she's like, no, I'm working at Denny's. I'm like, oh, okay. And I know she just, like, called Robert, and Robert called her and just saying, hey, what's up, and stuff like that. But, I mean, like, I don't think anything, like, really important.
So why did she stop by on Saturday?
Well, she's done it, like, in that whole, like, 9-month period. She'd do it, like, every other, like, 2 months and stuff like that. Like, just like, hey, you want to, like, go do something, or something like that, and we'd always be like, oh, maybe, and we'd never, like, go do anything with her.
Why?
Just, I mean, like, for one, me, like, I was never really a good friend of Becky's, so it's like, whatever. And, like, Robert just wanted to, like, stay away from her, plus he's, like, going out with, like, another girl. So, I guess it just, like, seemed weird if, like, we were going and hanging out with his ex-girlfriend, or he was going to hang out with his ex-girlfriend, and his girlfriend would be like, well, what's the deal? Because I remember, like, when he broke up with Becky, he started dating Sarah. Do you guys know who she is? Mm-hmm. No? You do? Started dating Sarah, like, I know that, like, Becky and Sarah didn't really like each other and stuff like that, so. And Robert's still dating Sarah now.
What about Danielle?
I have no idea who Danielle is.
So, Becky hasn't seen you guys in a few months, and she comes by, but only stays for a few minutes, 10 minutes?
I'm guessing probably haven't seen her for a few minutes. But yeah, she's like, hey, I'm kind of in the neighborhood. Or she was like, where are you guys? I'm like, Robert's like, oh, I'm at Cristin's house. It's like, oh, well, I'm kind of in the neighborhood. You want to like, want to just say hi? Is it okay if I say hi? Like, I was like, yeah, I guess so, whatever. You know. She just said hi and we just talked about our jobs and that's it. And she asked us if we want to go hiking. She's like, you guys want to go hiking? And I was like, oh, maybe. And then walked away, and we were like, no, there's no way we're done hiking with her. I know she like tried to like rub, like I think Robert mentioned like it'd probably be like some ploy, because she said like, oh, go hiking, and there'd be a couple friends up there with me. So he's like, there's probably some ploy with her trying to like rub some boyfriend in my face or something like that.
So you said Robert said he was going to go hiking with her.
Robert said that?
Robert told that to Becky.
Robert was like, maybe. Like, he was like, maybe I'll go hiking.
Was there a plan to go hiking on a certain date?
No, never. Like, we never, like, made a certain plan ever. It was just like, oh, you guys might want to go hiking. And we were like,
well, why was Robert under the impression that he was going to go hiking on a certain time?
Robert? Is that what Robert said to you?
Yeah.
I don't know that. He just told me that, like...
Whether or not he intended to do that, or he just left Becky with that impression?
Well, the impression I was left was that there was no, like, planned date.
So, why would Becky be under the impression that maybe you guys were going to come up to go hiking?
Well, I'm guessing Becky would be under the impression that we might, under my point of view, I'm guessing Becky would be under the impression that we might be going hiking because Robert said maybe we'll go hiking.
Okay.
When I was there, that's what he said to her.
But would you give her an indication that she would be expecting you on Sunday?
No way. No. There's no indication at all.
Okay. So when she left, and then you guys were playing a game, and she called back, why didn't you guys answer the phone?
Because, well, me and Robert thought, like, she was like, under my impression, why Robert didn't pick up the phone, what he said to me was that, like, I'm guessing she's calling about hiking and I don't want to go hiking, so we didn't pick up the phone. Then she called me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to pick up either.
How do you know it's her on the phone?
Well, because I have her number in my phone, and it said Becky. Like,
What number do you have for her?
or, I think I have, I don't know what it says. Let me see. It's,
Okay. Do you have some sort of recent call log where her number's in there?
no, I think my numbers only go to, like, I have her in my phone book, and then I think my numbers only go up to, like 3 days or something like that.
So if I was to look at your phone record, would it show that you called Becky's home phone or cell phone at any time during this month?
Yeah, she called me, and then I called her back just to tell her, like, we're probably not going to go do anything with you, or just like we're not going to, like, we're not going to be going hiking.
When did you call her?
It's probably, I'm guessing, it was like 3 or 4 minutes after she called me, but no one picked up the phone, so that was that.
So when she called Robert and he didn't answer, she called you and you didn't answer, then you called back?
I called the number that was there probably, like 3 minutes after.
So why did you call back if you didn't want to talk to her when she called you?
Yeah, like me and Robert just said, like, hey, why don't we just tell her we're not going to go, or see what's up.
Okay, so you actually did call her and tell her you're not going?
I called her, but no one picked up the phone.
Did you leave a message?
No.
And so how did you get your message across to her?
We didn't, like, no one picked up the phone, and we were just like, oh, that's that.
Why didn't you leave a message?
I'm just not the type of guy to leave messages. I never really leave messages. You can ask anybody. I don't really leave messages, and anytime anyone leaves a message on my phone, I don't even listen to them.
In this case, wouldn't it be easier to leave a message to say, we're not coming, good riddance, versus having voice-to-voice contact where now you have to answer her questions? I mean, that's the whole purpose of trying to get rid of her, right?
Well, like, leaving a message, well, number one, I'm just not the type of person to leave a message. Number two...
Or return messages.
Or return them, yeah. Well, I just got your message about when my dad called me, when I looked at my messages. So, sorry about that. I apologize. But, no, just, I guess I just didn't think about leaving a message.
Did Becky leave a message on your number or Robert's number when she called you initially? When you guys were playing the game?
No. She didn't leave any messages on my phone.
Did she leave a message on Robert's phone?
Not that I know of. No.
So the only time you called Becky's phone in the month of September was on Saturday night. And you called her 3 minutes later to say, hey, we're not coming, but she didn't answer, right?
So I thought we were talking about Sunday night, because that was when she called us.
Well, you said she was here on... When was she here? She was here on Saturday?
She was here on Saturday.
Okay. And then she called on Sunday?
Yeah, she called on Sunday.
Okay. All right. So, how positive are you that this was around 7:45 when she called?
I mean, it was a while ago, so, I mean, like 50-50, I guess. I mean, like, in my mind, I'm guessing it's about that time.
Because obviously there's going to be phone records to match up.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, and that probably clarifies what I'm telling you guys, because I'm not, I'm not...
So that's why I'm asking you about the time, because if the time doesn't match up, obviously, then I have to say, why doesn't the time match up? So I'm asking you, are you sure that's the time, or are you just pulling a time out of your...
No, I'm not positive.
Was it dark out? Was it light up?
It was like the other day, like I told you, like the sun was probably about to like go down. So, I mean, when the sun goes down here, it's about, at that time, I'm guessing 7:45, somewhere around there.
Did Becky say where she was going when she left? Or on Saturday?
On Saturday.
Did she say where she was going?
Not that I remember, no.
Was she with anybody?
No.
What was she driving?
She's driving one of those box cars. Like, I know she used to drive a really crappy car, and now she's driving like one of those like SUV-looking box, Suzuki box car.
One of those from crappy to box car?
Well, I'm trying to remember the type of car she had in the first place. She had like a 4-door.
I'm just concerned with the car she had here.
Oh, well, it was like, it was kind of like SUV looking. I think it was a Suzuki. Like, I don't know what type of model they are, but they look kind of like a box, really box shaped, and it was like dark blue.
Did you ever have any relationship with Becky?
Like, as far as more than a friend?
Yeah.
No.
Did you ever have sex with her?
No. Never. No.
Are you positive that when Becky called you, that her ID came up on the phone? Because I want to find out where she called from.
No. Actually, I'm not positive. It could have been her name, or it could have just been a number. Because my phone, it'll like if I put it in my phone in the phone book like 760, or if I don't, then it'll change whether the name will show up or not. So.
Okay. But if her name didn't come up, would you answer the phone?
No, like lately I've been going through this deal with my ex-girlfriend.
That'll work. No, no problem. No problem.
I've like, as far as answering my phone goes, in the first place, I've been going through this deal with my ex-girlfriend. We broke up quite a while ago, but she still like calls me a lot, and I don't know, just she's pretty, I don't know, a little nuts.
Okay, bear with me on this one.
Yeah.
Because you're telling me that Becky called Rob, and Rob didn't answer.
Yeah.
Then Becky called you, and you didn't answer.
Yeah.
And all I'm trying to find out is how do you know it was Becky who was calling you?
Well, I'm trying to, if I remember right, Robert knows what number it is. So, I mean, if it didn't show up as Becky, if I remember right, Robert's probably just like, oh, that's Becky's number, because he got a call from her first, and it was probably the same number. So.
Does he know her home number?
Does he know her home number?
Yeah.
I'm guessing he does. I'm sure he'd recognize it if he saw it, because when they were going out, she called him from it, so.
Okay. When you called her cell phone 3 minutes later, and it went to voicemail, is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't think it went to voicemail. I just like called her back. Probably like rang 3 times. I'm like, no, screw it, and just hung up.
Okay. You text messaged her at all?
Have I ever text messaged her?
Yeah, because when I say call, I'm also including a text message as form of communication.
I never text messaged her. No, I never text messaged her either.
What car were you driving around on Sunday when you took Other home?
When I took Robert home, I was driving an Acura, a white Acura.
Yeah.
Whose car is that?
I don't know what the whole deal is, but my car's in the shop. I have a black Oldsmobile, and that's in the shop, and like my dad just was like, I think it was like this whole lease deal. He let his friend like pay for the lease, and his friend didn't want to pay for the lease anymore, so like my dad just.
Where's the car now?
It's still there at my mom's house. So my dad just was letting me drive that around.
It's a white Acura left.
TL.
What car, were you driving the same car when you picked Robert up?
That day, Sunday?
Yeah, when you went over there and
Yeah.
you went on the trip?
Yeah.
What's not, you were driving on several cars that day?
No.
When did your car go into the shop?
My car went in the shop? It was like, maybe like 2 months ago. So. About, like 2.5 months ago. It's supposed to be coming out in like a week.
Now, are you in Javier's circle? You know, I mean, I know you guys know each other and you guys might have been friends in school, and now everyone's out of school, so, you know, I have my friends, he has his friends, he has his friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes they intermingle, sometimes they just kind of do their own thing. Are you in Javier's circle of friends?
No, like, in school, okay, well, if you're asking like outside of school, no, I never really talked to
I'm
him.
saying like now.
Now? I mean, like, we're friends, like, if I saw him, I'd be like, hey, Javi, what's
Okay,
up?
but if you went to a party, would you call Javier and say, hey, we're going to a party, let's go?
No, nothing like that.
So he's in a kind of a different circle now.
Yeah. I know
Does
that,
Javier have a girlfriend?
I have no idea.
Is he straight?
Is he straight?
Like,
Like,
is he a homo?
no, not that I know of. I'm guessing that no. I mean, the impression I get from Javi is no. So,
You see him with women?
no.
Okay. Why would you?
I've never seen him with a girlfriend.
Okay.
But
What's his relationship with Becky?
as far as I know from what Robert's told me, is that they're just like good friends. Like that's all I know, is that they're just good
Is that
friends.
common for the group of friends you hang out with, for guys to be just friends with girls and hang out with them all the time?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, like me and Robert,
Do you have any girlfriends like that?
like friends that I just go and hang out with.
That you just spend all your time with them, that you're not trying to get close to?
Not me, no.
Robert?
Does Robert? None that he just calls up and is like, hey, let's go hang out. So,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, guys
right,
hang out with guys
right,
and do guy things, and then guys hang out with chicks to do chick and guy things.
yeah. Well, under my impression, as far as what I've been told, is that Javi was just Becky's friend. That's all I know.
So when Becky was over here on Saturday, saying let's go hiking, this and that, what was her attitude? What was her mood?
She seemed normal, I guess. I mean,
And why she want to go hiking with you guys? She hasn't seen you guys in a while, and you guys didn't seem like they want to go.
I don't know. I know she hangs out with tons of people, as far as what I know. I know she hangs out with like a lot of people, so I'm guessing. I mean, like Robert and her were never never really like hated each other or anything like that. So I'm guessing there's just still a friendship there.
So if you are.
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Anything else you can think of? Someone we need to talk to?
Was she attractive?
Was she attractive? Yeah, she wasn't.
Would you hook up with her?
I mean, like if she wasn't Robert's girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Like that? I mean,
Just
if just going on looks.
Did you hit that dude?
Yeah,
That
probably.
okay.
You know what? I probably would.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
You know, when you see a chick that you like, you're attracted to her in that way, there's a certain portion of or part about her that's attractive to you, like with my wife, it's her tits.
Uh-huh.
You know, what would that be on Becky?
God, that's awkward.
Why? I'm not Robert.
Yeah, I know.
What
But
about Becky?
I know. I'd have to go with her tits as well. Then.
Okay, so that day, obviously you're looking at her, because I would be if it was something that I was interested in. So what kind of shirt was she wearing? Think about it. Try and think back. Picture her tits in your mind, dude. Shit, I can almost see them right now. Picture her getting out of the car. Picture her coming to the door.
Okay. She's wearing lipstick. I know she wears lipstick. She was wearing lipstick, and she shirt was like probably, if I remember right, like a spaghetti strap shirt. I'm not sure what color. It could have been white. Could have been black. I don't know.
Okay. Who else should we talk to?
I really don't know. Like I don't really like roll in like her like circle of like friends or anything like that. Or
A lot of the reason why we talk to people is to just kind of figure out what's going on. Obviously, we don't have a crystal ball, right?
yeah, I'm sure you guys don't.
You've been really cooperative, and I appreciate it. I'd like to ask you one more thing, and then we can. It just helps us to resolve things with you and everybody else.
Yeah, no problem.
Would you mind if we went across the street with you real quick and just looked at your room and saw how you live and stuff like that? It gives us a lot about people, and we can understand things and kind of move on from there.
No
problem with
you know what, if you whatever helps.
You're not
guys.
under arrest. You're not in trouble. You know, you're free to go at any time. We're just here to question you just like everybody else, and we will be talking to everybody. You know what I mean?
You know what? If it's gonna help you guys, I don't
You don't have a problem with it?
No.
That'd be cool. Got any more for right here, Gary?
Give me a second. I'm thinking.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So on Sunday, this is my understanding of your day. You go to work at 10:45. You got home from work around 6. Around 7, you went to Robert to pick him up to go to church. But you missed that. You came back to your dad's house. Around 7:45, Becky called Robert. He didn't answer. Then she called you. You didn't answer. And you called back to tell her that you guys weren't going hiking, but she didn't answer her phone. And what I'm assuming is that you called because somehow Robert gave you that impression.
Yeah.
Whether it was through the caller ID or he just recognized the number.
Yeah.
Then you went to play with the paintball stuff around 9:25. And somewhere around 10 or 10:30, Robert had to go home. You went to the gas station. Why did Robert have to go home?
Well, his cousin was in town, so like when his cousin's in town, he usually goes home and hangs out with his cousin. So, plus like he usually has to go home and take care of his dogs, because his mom's like really like a freak about that stuff. Like, and that was, I mean, it's a reason. There's nothing else to it.
I know there's a reason. That's why I asked. I'm trying to find out the reason.
Yeah, it's just good. I mean,
Have you ever been up to Becky's house?
have I ever been to Becky's house?
Yeah.
No, I've never even seen Becky's house.
Do you know where it is?
Do I know where it is? I know that Robert had to drive up 74 to go to it. That's all I know. Like he talked about like driving up 74 all the time.
So there's no reason.
Do you know when Robert was last up at Becky's, if ever?
As far as I know, I'm guessing it was like when they were going out, because I know he went up there when they were going out. That's all I know.
All right. Appreciate that. Did Robert tell you any of his theories of what happened? I mean, surely this is a topic of conversation among everyone who knows it.
Yeah. No, not. I mean, like, I remember him saying that. He said something about her. Okay, let me try this out. When we were talking about it, he said that. Who are the people who lived up there with her again?
Her family?
Her family. Who's her family?
Her mom and her mom's boyfriend?
I think she said, or I think he said, that like, she, like, I think I remember him saying that the dude who lived up there, the boyfriend, had a son or something, maybe? I'm not sure if I'm right, but I remember Robert saying something about like a son being there at times or whatever. I'm not really sure if that was it, or like Robert was just like maybe it was like one of someone that Becky hung out with, you know, like one of her friends. I know she like hung out with like a lot of Marines. He told me that like she'd go to 29 Palms a lot and stuff.
Robert told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever hear that from Becky or anybody else?
No, I never heard. I know that because like Robert like talked off and on with her like during those 9 months that she did that a lot, like hung out with Marines and stuff.
Robert talked to you at all about what you were going to say to us when we talked to you?
Did Robert talk to me, like tell me what to say to you?
No. Did he talk to you about what you were going to say when you talked to us?
We like when Robert called me and told me like, oh, like Becky's not coming to talk to you. It's like. And I had to tell him like my story, and he's like, you remember everything that happened that night, right? I'm like, yeah, you want to like go over it and stuff like that? And then like we just went over it. And that was it.
Okay. Did he tell you to leave anything out?
No. I mean, he never said, like, leave this out. He was just like, this is what happened.
Are you leaving anything out?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I'm remembering all that I can remember.
Okay.
Well, surely you were there, so you know whether you're leaving something out. I mean, it was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, if you want, like, every single detail, I can't, I mean, like, every single, like,
I don't care what
little
color the
detail.
light was at the street corner, okay, but if you went somewhere else, talk to someone, that's going to make the story change, and that's important.
Well, no, everything I've said is everything I can remember.
Did Robert ever ask you to give him an alibi for where he was?
No, never. No.
Did you?
Would I?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, if there's something like someone getting murdered, I'd be like, dude, that's no way.
So you understand the consequences of aiding and abetting someone that way, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is worse than someone getting murdered. That's
Three
three people getting murdered.
Okay.
That's 3 times worse. And lying kind of involves you, and that's
Yeah,
for an 18-year-old kid. It kind of puts your life.
We're not dope cops. We're not vice. We can pretty much care less about that stuff.
Right.
What we're trying to solve is the murder of 3 people. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you guys are leaving shit out that may have to do with petty stuff or anything at all whatsoever, you need to make sure you come clean with it. We're not going to arrest you for smoking marijuana. You understand what I'm saying?
Me and Robert don't do drugs.
No, I'm just telling you. Okay? Anything. If you're leaving anything out, you need to come clean with it. Okay? Because this is your opportunity to do that. Is there anything you're leaving out?
No, sir. No.
Right.
Everything that I can remember.
All right. I'm good with that. We appreciate your cooperation. This can be intimidating. Okay?
Yeah, it's a
Understandably.
little...
We have a job to do, and the only way to do it is to ask people questions. It would help me to resolve a couple of questions I have. If I could just look through the stuff, that'd be great, and then we'll get out of your hair. John, thank you so much for giving us this time and this space to talk. It helps us. We're going to talk to everybody that she knew. He's not the only one.
Okay.
I have to pick up his brother in Long Linda. His brother's
Okay.
in
That's no problem.
hospital there.
Can you leave in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, let's run and get that done with, and then we'll get you out of here. Sure. We're doing it with everybody. Basically what we're doing is we're talking to everybody, going through, checking everything that we could possibly see as potential evidence, anything like that, and then that's it. We have a crime to solve, and we don't have a crystal ball, so we have to look at everything.
I understand what you're doing. What I want to know right now is my son is suspect.
No.
Okay, he's not a suspect.
No, he's not under arrest. He's free to leave.
I want you to go through what I told you before. Or if you have any knowledge.
I told him everything I know.
Okay, I just want you to. I mean,
Just so you feel a little better about it, we told him the same thing. If you have something to say, it ain't worth it. If somebody else did something and you know about it,
you want to hide
you don't hide anything.
I'm telling you.
Because we always get to the bottom of it,
I
man.
love you no matter what. You know that.
I know, Dad.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, John. You've been very helpful. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay. Come on in, boys.
It scared us when we knocked on the door and heard all the barking. We were like, oh shit. He was holding the gate for me. Fucking run.
They're babies. They wouldn't.
Yeah, that'd be fine. How far is it?
Right around that corner.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I'll meet you over there, Gary. You want to grab the car?
Is your mom home?
I don't know. All right.
What?
He'll give you gas money.
Okay.
He'll give you gas money. Come back.
All right.
Okay. See you, John. You know what? Hold on. Let me get you one. I'm all out. Give me a slice. Hey, come on over, Christian. You can ride with us. We'll just drive you over since you got the car home. Thank you, sir. You sit in front, dude.
Oh, sit in front.
So what kind of paintballs do you prefer? The kid likes specific ones.
Like a specific set of paintballs?
Yeah.
I really don't know. Like my friend gave me the gun, right? And I was like, sweet, a gun, because I never like really went out and bought one or anything.
Right.
And he had like a ton of paintballs left over because he couldn't take it to college.
What kind of gun is it?
It's Spider.
Spider?
Yeah. And I don't know what type of paintballs they were.
Are they all gone?
All the ones that he gave me.
You gotta show us where your house is, man.
Oh,
We just passed it, huh?
yeah, you passed it. Sorry about that. I wasn't even thinking.
It's okay. So did you guys use them all up, or?
He really didn't give me that many. He only gave me like 200 of them.
Right.
So, yeah, we used them up pretty fast. It's with the white car up here.
That's the car you're talking about?
Yeah. My mom tries to play with it as well. That's that.
Does your mom have a boyfriend or anything, or
Yeah.
husband?
Yeah, she has a boyfriend.
Do you own any guns?
Nothing I know of. Actually, I'm pretty darn sure he doesn't.
Doesn't? Okay.
Because, like, I told him about, like, that I was, like, getting a gun for Christmas, like, 2 Christmases ago, like, I was getting a Winchester.
Like a rifle?
No, it was a shotgun.
Yeah, a shotgun.
It was a Defender. Oh, Goliath. No,
That's not good. Dog's not gonna bite me, is it?
no, it's not good. Like,
Alright. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm Scott Michaels. I'm a detective with the Sheriff's Department. How you doing?
Oh, okay.
He's not in trouble. Basically, he's friends with somebody who's friends with somebody who was murdered.
Oh my God.
So we have to talk to everybody.
Oh my God. That's scary.
You're just going to show me his room real quick?
Okay.
Just wanted to kind of look
Yeah.
at that's okay?
Yep.
Oh, doggy. Holy cow. That is a big dog. You got a light in here?
yeah. Yeah, that's a hunting dog.
Whoa. Do you have any weapons in here or anything like that?
Like knives.
No guns or anything like that?
No. There's like hunting knives, like Bowie knives and stuff.
No difference?
Sure. Like stuff I got, like Montana and
Go
stuff.
ahead, open that window.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a dark room. Does this go on too?
No, this is the only light I get in my room.
I'm getting old, man.
And that's all I mean, like knives and stuff. And I got like
Whoa!
like swords, stuff like that.
Holy cow.
I got an antique bayonet, stuff like that. My dad's trying to get me.
Collect them or what?
Yeah, just kind of like that. I'm planning on going in the army, so.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
Oh, like a Gurkha?
That, yeah, my dad's trying to give me that too. After I got done like painting his house.
I know this is intrusive. I appreciate it.
It's cool. No problem. And then I got like a dummy grenade here. And
You might want to get rid of that.
this?
Yeah, so
This right here? Oh.
you can't have those anymore. Not in California.
Okay.
More animal rights. Like I said, I'm not a normal cop. So yeah, they're illegal.
Okay.
I'm looking for specific things, so if it seems like I'm overly interested in your stuff, I'm not.
It's cool.
What's in here?
A pool cue my dad gave me.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Sorry to be so intrusive.
Whatever.
You have a flashlight. Does it work?
Yeah.
That's even better. You mind if I borrow it?
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anything over on this side?
Just like a tarp for my car and sleeping bags, I think. Like comforters and a skateboard and a picture of.
How long have you skated for?
I skated for a while like, when I was younger, and then like one day I broke my board when it was like Christmas. Like the first day I got it, broke it. So we kind of stopped after that. And this is just my cousin's board that he gave me.
I just broke my wrist in January.
Oh, you skate too?
Born here. Yeah, I grew up doing it all the time.
Breaking bones sucks.
Right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's my bag. Give me the rest of the day.
I work at the school district.
All right. It was nice to meet you. I apologize for intruding on your home. All right. And thank you, Cristin. You've been very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay?
You can call me again.
I'm sure we will.
Okay.
So, the reality is these investigations are incredibly detailed. And no matter how remotely involved you are or deeply involved or whatever, we're going to dig into everything. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's no personal offense. It's just our job. That's what you pay us to do.
I understand.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right. Michael's concluding that interview. It is 9:28:06 at 1:46 p.m.